All right. I know I don't have anybody here yet, but in case you're watching this as the recorded version instead of the live stream itself, what I've done, if you watched my previous live stream, we put the 8.1 and Allison in here. And if you're astute visually, you may notice that's not in there anymore. As I was putting it in, I noticed there was quite a bit of rust in this area of the firewall, and as well as over there. Some previous owner had sprayed it with that black rubberized, undercoating stuff. And right at the top of that, above that is where it was rusting. So what I'm thinking is they sprayed that to kind of hide and cover the rust and maybe stop the rust. Well, it didn't necessarily stop it. Hey, we got one person jumped in. Let's see who has jumped in. Let's put the ticker going too. It's Twisted Mopar Garage. Hello. I'm not going to have any audio. I'm just going to talk to the camera. If you want to jump in, I can put headphones on and maybe you can read comments to me. But for now, that's what I've got. If you've watched the channel, the previous live stream, I was already talking about that. We put the 8.1 and Allison in. As I was putting that in, I was noticing there was a lot of stuff on the firewall I really desired to fix before putting that engine in permanently. So we'll just chalk that last install up as a test fitting. We did get the cross member bolted in all the way. Had the tail shaft of the transmission in its final resting position, and was able to measure for the length of the drive shaft. So now I know I need 102 inches and 3/8 of an inch length drive shaft. The factory drive shaft that came out of this truck is, I want to say, like 113 inches. So we need to cut about 10 inches out of there. We do have other drive shafts that might be compatible off a similar 3/4 ton and 1 ton trucks in the yard here. So we got drive shafts laying around. I might be able to measure one and see if we got one that might incidentally bolt right up. But yeah, those seams are rust holders, and I'll show you why in a minute. But yeah, we know what drive shaft length we need now, or we're going to have the drive shaft cut down, one of the two options. So this seam here, let me see what else. I've done a few things. Dremeled out the holes in the slots on the cross member to get all the bolts where they just go right in, so we don't have to fight them. Measure for the drive shaft. Pull the engine and transmission back out. I have installed more of the fuel lines, the nylon fuel lines. It's the high pressure stuff for fuel injected fuel pressures has been bolted in to the frame, starting at the tank where the pressure regulators. It's an external regulator, it's the Corvette regulator. So you got an intake fuel pump, pumps to that filter regulator, and that's mounted to the frame. And then the nylon fuel line comes almost all the way to the engine compartment, and I'm going to have to splice in a piece to make it just a bit longer so it'll fit. But so a lot of work has gotten done in the last couple of weeks, even though I've spent a week off on vacation. I've been kind of slow about putting out new long form, so I really do like doing the live streams because no editing. Just turn the camera on and start talking. Yes, the seams here are rust holders. This is actually got a good bit of sand. This piece here actually rolls that way and becomes the internal dash support structure. And then this piece supports the cowl. So those two being just, they kind of do this, and they gather a lot of dirt and crud. I know there's supposed to be seam sealer in there, and the old seam sealer is dried out and rotten, and it's no longer really protecting the metal from all that dirt and crud collecting there. So part of what I'll be doing is probably pulling a vacuum cleaner in here, or maybe a little blower with the air hose, and try to knock some of that dirt and sand out of here. I'm going to cut some of this out. That back piece I can put my finger into. I actually had to take some of that jute padding off the inside of the firewall to be able to remove some of that jute padding so I don't catch it on fire when I go to weld the new pieces in later. So we're going to have to repair part of this and then come back out and repair the outer skin, and then possibly the same thing over here. Just trying to repair the worst of it. Went over it with just one of the old needle scalers, and quickly found that that punched holes through the rusty metal almost immediately because there's not much metal left. It was all rust. So then I took a wire wheel on the drill, cleaned it up a bit more. And then I went back and found I've got a rotary sander and cleaned the paint completely off of that area. And it looks like I'm gonna have to open this panel up more to get to the back panel. We'll patch that and then build back out. So drain the cowl area, cleaning it out. Yeah, pretty much. I got to get all the rust out of it. They actually drain here. The cowl area drains into here, and I can actually put my fingers up in there. Both sides. The passenger side. Let's see. Show. Right here's where they drain both cowls. And the other side was stopped up with a little bit of jute padding, which I suspect was a mouse or rat's nest at one time in here. And I had to just basically fish it out with a coat hanger, and I hid it for a long time with just compressed air. So did my best to clean that out previously, and I'll do what I can to clean the cowling here out. There we go. Well, I left the light going inside the cab. Camera angle doesn't quite show it, but as soon as I blasted that hole, see how the inside of the cab is now filled with the dust as well. So what I could do about cutting this out. I've got some sheet metal handy. The welder is just behind the truck. Should be able to reach over here with the wand, or I might have to move the cart in a little closer. So welder's just, you can see the tank in the back of the picture here. We'll bring that cart in closer if we have to, and be able to stitch these patch panels in. Oh, goodness. That's pretty rotten. We'll cut a little bit more of this out. Oh, I got to get in there. Show up the key. Wearing goggles and I still feel like I got stuff in my eyes. All right, let's get off to the side a little better. Might have to grab a Dremel. Let's see. Peel that tab back. It's just here. All Yeah, let's go grab a Dremel. Yep. The curvature there doesn't allow for this large diameter disc to cut. I don't want to keep cutting higher up into there. This is a X-Lock grinder. One of my favorite grinders so far. Tool-free. And to preserve this cutoff wheel, I take it off, so if I drop the grinder, I'm not breaking that wheel. To me, that's the latest thing since sliced bread. Neatest thing since sliced bread. Let me go grab a Dremel. I'll be right back in. Let's Twisted Mopar's talking. Oh, is he still the only one here? We lost Twisted Mopar even. That's okay. It's still recording. People can find it later and watch it at their convenience. I keep forgetting the camera is separate from the laptop here. Huh. Oh, this kit has a lot more than it initially looked like it had. Come on. You know what? Let me check my welding cart, see if I get better cutoff wheels. All right, I'm back in the picture. Hopefully y'all are still here. I don't see anybody, but sometimes the counter doesn't even count until later. All right, so brand new rotary tool device by Milwaukee. I just charged the batteries the other day, and the twist lock, easy lock cutoff wheel from Dremel. We'll get it cut out. Oh, Mandy was here for a little bit. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Now let's see if I can pull it off there. There it went. And more rust. This is not a winning battle right now, is it? Not good. Lovely. All right. Try cutting away that now. Take a short break. I got a little stuff in my eyes from that first time I turned the Dremel on. And I'll be right back. Oh, he's back. Hi, Twisted Mopar. Hey, Mater's on. We got Twisted Mopar on. Mandy was on for a minute. Hey, Mater, we're taking out parts of the firewall there, and we're finding the part behind it's really the culprit. It's rusted from the inside where the dash panel is. Yes, it does. It gets harder to climb over that thing. Hopefully I can get in here, patch this up, and get it back together. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but at this point I've already started cutting into it, so I'm already committed. So here we keep going. That's a good point. I do need to cover the windshield before I start the welder up because windshields can be quite a ways from welding. And for some reason, they're like a magnet. All the welding slag likes to stick to them, and it really ruins the windshield. This windshield has quite a few cracks in it already, but until I have the funds to replace it, I do have a fiberglass welding blanket to cover that with later. For now, I'm just going to cut this rust out and see how much of this we're going to have to cut out. There we go. And let's do it a little slower and safer. All right. A little bit of rust, but it's not rusted all the way through. And there's your culprit. Why it's rusting. Tons of sand in there. All right. I think I got something I can weld to there. We might have a little fire in there with the jute padding. All right. We'll find some water. All right. That'll make it fun. Uh-oh. What happened? All right. If y'all see me, saw me leave frame real quick, went to wet down a rag with water because I was seeing a lot of smoke rolling up from the inside of the dash. I got into some jute padding, apparently tried to catch it on fire. But we got to keep going. We're going to cut some of this stuff out, patch a new panel in, get it welded up. We'll cover the windshield before we start welding. And let's get back to work. Whew. Okay. You know, 6%'s at fault for this, right? I'm still blaming him. Let's get those brake gloves. The reason I'm blaming him is because he was putting the splicing firewalls together for his Chandler project. We'll clean that up. Didn't like how low that was getting. I started to have to cut higher on that flat spot, so I'm not trying to weld in a compound curve. Or not trying to make a compound curve when I go back in. There's some more of that jute that's catching on fire. I reached through the dashboard earlier and ripped out chunks of it where I thought I was going to be working, and it turned out I was working in a bigger area now. Sounds like I'm at the dentist. Well, it's a similar tool. Rich GT 350R. Nice to see you on the channel here on the live stream. Stick around. We're replacing a somewhat rusted out firewall and dashboard. The inner piece is actually the piece that rolls in and supports the dash. Hopefully I can get in here and just replace enough metal that will go back together. And then I'll weld the new firewall back on top of it. That was a scorching hot piece of rust that landed on my arm. All right. I think I'm either overheating the tool or the battery. We'll get a short break. Oh, we're almost done with the cut. All right. It went bye-bye already. I don't know what happened. All right, we'll wet that jute so when we weld, we don't catch it on fire. Let's get this down to clean metal. We're going to have to cut this piece a little higher. Or I might slit it and roll it out of the way. I don't know. I hate rust. I hate rust. I hate rust. I hate rust. Let's find a flat disc for the grinder. Well, we still have Twisted Mopar and looks like Rich GT350R here. Rather two people following than nobody following, right? I've had live streams in the past that got more views after they were live streams. So won't be defeated by the lack of attendance because people can always choose to watch these later. I'm glistening. It's quite warm in the garage here today. All right, what can I do? Flat disc. Just a bunch of TIG welding tungstens falling out of the welding cabinet. I'm going to run out to the van and grab a flat disc. I think the flat discs for this grinder are out in the van. Not like I don't have other grinders, but that tends to be my favorite. A little something for the drill. Those keys go. Keys. There we go. I'm back. Also, see if this guard fits this grinder or one of my other grinders. Just a crescent. Okay. Well, there it is. Getting there. Got to peel this back a little. Those gloves. Maybe here. Turn it around. I don't know. That might get me in there deep enough to fix shit. Yes. It'd be hard to see, but I could get to it. Just cut it off. Load it back on. Yes. Hey, some of that still has paint. Wet that jute, or just rip it out from the inside. Deburr that a little bit. right, that jute is behind one of the air boxes. Don't know if I'm going to be able to. There we go. Definitely need leather gloves on for this part. Sheet metal and the jute. Oh yeah, let's turn up the gloves even. Ah, bad idea. Wrong gloves for that. Let's just. Try and get that jute wet so it wouldn't go to weld. There we go. Might need a spray bottle next time, but got the old Nash Jack Stands and Cinder Blocks logo mug. All right. Anybody still here? Well, that shows I got 2 people. Yeah, quite thirsty today. All right. We're going to clean up those metal burrs and get us a piece of metal plate there fitted and get everything ready. We'll cover the windshield. We'll probably take a bottle of water, fill it with, poke a hole in there and squirt it on that jute some more. So anything I could do to make it not catch the truck on fire. All right. If y'all want a close-up of this, this is the panel I just cut out. The inside, firewall side, or the inside of the dash, still had some yellow paint. This is the firewall side where, yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of paint there to begin with. That was just spot welded and had seam sealer on it from the factory, but that seam sealer is long gone, as you can imagine. All right, got a squirt bottle ready. Got a hole punched in it. We'll continue cleaning this up. Get the metal burrs off first. Clean up the metal where it's ready to weld. Get the new piece fitted. get, I see the welding blanket in there. We're going to cover the windshield, and we'll get this thing going. Gas torch and a coat hanger. Do I do MIG or TIG? I still am learning TIG. I mostly do MIG. And my cart there has both welders sitting there side by side. And for efficiency's sake, I will MIG weld today. I'm far, far better at MIG welding anyway. And we'll just be able to do a series of small tacks. So I'm not trying to distort the metal very much. You know, all that metal work, mumbo jumbo. Don't want to put too much heat in it at once. All right. Air hose. I'm back in here. Woohoo! The drill managed to grab some of that jute. Try to remove as much as I could. That's behind the heater duct, apparently. Yeah, I can swap to a stone. almost there. All right. Glutton for punishment. Let's get this going. All right. Clearing things out. Need a little work table over here somewhere. All right. Actually. Sharpie. All right. TIG is just patience. You can get it. Well, MIG is, I'm plenty happy with MIG, but I do want to keep learning TIG. There we go. How's that? I have Sharpies around here somewhere. that. Oh, we'll cut this and bring it right back. Got anybody there still? Never bored. Hey, glad you decided to stop by. I'm over here fixing a little rust in the firewall, trying to put it all back together. Not bad. I'll just roll that over. Mater, he's working. Mater's working in the garage, so he's being partly entertained or got this TV running with the live stream going. So, yeah, we got Maters. We've had some Neverboard from S10 and Rich GT350. We've had him stop by for a while. What is it? Twisted Mopar was the first one here. All right, I got an idea. Be off camera for a minute. All right. All right. What I did is I rolled that. Even though I've got it curved this way, I rolled the top. Better fit there. Roll that corner there. perfect, but main thing is we're just trying to keep all the exhaust gases and whatever leaks under the hood from going into the cabin with me. So just kind of mainly trying to improve the seal here, or because that was pretty much lace. So we're gonna get in there. We're gonna start tacking this thing in, and hopefully get it all that piece done, and then we'll come back and put the other piece back over. Time to get the welder out, I guess. I'm gonna try. There's a little piece I cut off of there. Actually, let's put that where I can still reach it from the inside. There we go. Squirt that jute. All right. I'm gonna set up the welder. Where's my ground? Yes. All right. What's that? 22 gauge. What wire we got? Oh, 35. Try to run D2. One important thing when welding, always turn the welding hood from grind mode to weld mode. Well, it looks like you guys are playing tag back and forth on there. As long as somebody's staying tuned. I'll admit I got the wrong wire in there, and the machine wouldn't even let me fire it up with that, telling it that I had the wrong wire. Not bad. weld over rust. That means there's a hole there. Cranking up the feed rate just a little bit. Solid wire with gas. Stand thin. Ah. There we go. Guess I'm gonna have to go buy some seam sealer and do what old 6% did. Cover everything with seam sealer after you're done. What all 6% say? It's not pretty, but it's structural. Yeah. A little bit more feed rate. Wish I had a smaller wire to feed it. Lots of holes. All right. Tack and whack, yeah. I got a little bit of a gap down here that it's not cooperating since the metal is so thin. That might do the trick. That is closing the gap. Yeah, it helped. What I did is I went and grabbed some really, really thick TIG welding filler rod, and I'm welding over it, and as I weld over it, it's adding more filler material to the crack. Somewhat. Might need to go back over it with a flat wheel, but a little hole there, a little bit there, a bit work there. Woo! A little sweaty. It got me. What kind of hole is that? I don't want to do that. Let that cool for a minute. All right. Well, it's been an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. It doesn't look like I've got anybody left on here. But anyway, I'm going to let things cool off. I'm going to go back over, clean it up with a flat disc. I'll go back and touch up the welds a little bit, and then it'll be ready for me to put the top pieces back on or fabricate. Well, one of the pieces, I still have the original part. I'll tack it back on and then put another piece below there. Try to close this all back up, make it, to where it's not going to suck in all the exhaust fumes and, rain's not going to come through my firewall and end up in my dash and all that happy stuff. So I'm at a good stop point. I think since I don't have much of an audience right now, I think it's a good place to just pull the plug on this. I'll come back later maybe and or just show y'all an update on what got done.